I don't have anywhere to set my computer though.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
What's going on? You got some whiskey?
That's right. It's the look at the angle on this thing. What the fuck is going on here? You got this whole thing angled up.
I'll just stand back there and we'll be the same height.
Oh, Jesus.
There we go. You're
Still too short.
Is the floor, is it sloped?
Yes, the floor is sloped towards the drain. Okay, look,
It's a little better.
You look short.
Hey guys, happy drink stream. Real quick, we just posted about the Royal Baklava, the Royal Bastard.
Yeah, we told everybody this at the Bastards Ball.
Yeah, but if you weren't at the Bastards Ball, there's a video explaining all of the things that are going up to this half bottle of cask strength 13-year-old single malt Scotch.
Yep. That
is going to be funding the Crowded Barrel Still upgrade.
Yes.
Which is definitely a thing that needs to happen because it's just little drips, little tiny drips.
Do you want to synopsis it here at all? Or they can watch the whole video.
We can synopsis. Yeah, it's a 5-minute. We just posted. Like just now.
Yeah, so you're not going to see it right now. But the Royal Bastard is for sale to all tiers right now.
Yes.
And it's $90 for a half bottle.
Yeah. It's way overpriced.
But there's a reason.
The reason is...
Well, okay, so we had three. We needed to buy a still.
The reason is we're buying Deb a still and we're throwing in a bottle of single malt.
That's right.
What we explained at the Bastards Ball is we usually, for cask strength releases or damn near cask strength releases, we try and make it as affordable as possible.
Yeah.
Right? For this, there's so relatively little whiskey.
Yeah.
By the time it got here, it was about half what we were expecting, which was the bad news. The good news is we did get a full tote's worth of nut, Aaron.
Yeah.
To compensate. And we figured, look, there's so little of this whiskey and it was so expensive. If there was ever a time to crank up the price on something just to fund an upgrade in the still, this is it.
Yeah. So we were looking at trying to figure out how to buy a new still. And really our only option was to get outside investors. And then Rex and I talked about it and we were like, look, they're going to have like opinions and things.
Right.
And what if they give money and then they're like, I don't like this whole random people voting on what you do situation.
Yeah, and I don't like that bad joke you made.
Yeah, and I don't like that video. And I need to have an opinion now on everything you make. And it's like, no, screw that. Let's keep this in-house.
So the still is going to be, it needs to raise about, all in, it's going to be about 50 grand is what we're looking at, right? Relatively little whiskey. Isn't that Daniel's nickname? Yeah. All in, we need to get about $50,000.
Well done, Patron.
To what's the size we're looking at?
We're looking for like a 300-gallon, 300-gallon still, and we need it to be electric. Oh, bees are back. Go on, little buddy.
Electric because non-electric is super noisy.
Yes,
that's not going to be
well, not just noisy, but it's industrial, and we can't build an industrial thing.
It's too noisy.
Here on the property.
It's too noisy, and we don't have enough space.
Yeah.
So 250 gallons ish.
250 gallons ish is what we're looking for. An electric still. We may even look at a Bain Marie.
Okay.
We'll let you guys. You guys will be a part of deciding what still.
No, there's going to be there's going to be episodes around that. There's going to be a vote around that.
Yep.
But once we're really kind of rolling, we got the momentum with the production pipeline and the grains and the mash and all that. We want to get to a point where we're filling a barrel a week and a half.
Yeah, at least a week.
Okay.
If we can at least fill a barrel a week,
right,
then that we can start putting away all kinds of interesting experiments. Like every week can be a different thing we voted on.
What we're trying to get ahead of is we get a year and a half, 2 years down the road, and we're like, whoa, you finally released that whiskey that we made entirely in Crowded Barrel, and hardly anybody got to try it because there's so little whiskey.
Hey, Steve A., we ended up with we think we're going to get around 575 to 600 bottles.
Half bottles.
Yeah. Half bottles from this release. But we're going to hold back 50 of them for the tasting room so that the people who weren't able to get a bottle.
Was it 50 or 30?
It's around 50 because we also need to hold some for claims in addition to that, right? So the top two tiers, they get to claim whiskey. They still get to claim this.
Right.
So we need to hold back some for them.
Right.
And then we're going to keep some in the tasting room. So if you couldn't buy a bottle or didn't buy a bottle, you still have a shot at trying it in the tasting room.
Yeah. The way I look at it is whenever we did the Scotch order, it wasn't what we expected in terms of the amount.
Yeah.
And we're going to charge way too much for that amount. But we got about 5 full-size barrels worth of not, Aaron.
Yeah, that bee really likes you.
I'm gonna get stung right in the eye.
Yeah, you are.
Right in the eyeball. We got about 5 full-size barrels worth of not, Aaron. And you guys are gonna be.
Oh, we're gonna vote on all kinds of stuff for that one.
We're gonna be voting on some stuff, and
that's gonna be reasonable.
A much more reasonable price point.
Yeah, that'll be closer to the Eleanor's and the Alliance series. Look, are we gonna have to commit bee murder on camera?
No, that's actually
I'm gonna make them mad.
The bees are rare now.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Okay.
It used to be you would just swat at them. Now you call them an Uber and see if they've eaten recently.
It's because I am as
Yeah.
sweet as honey.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Did you put something in your?
I shower once.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you shower and you put something like some fruity flower thing in your shampoo?
You can't genocide the bees. Well, we'll do it off camera, so we have plausible deniability. Okay. So that's the plan for the Royal Bastards and everybody that funds that still. They will henceforth be known as the Royal Bastards.
That's right. We're gonna find a way to put your name up around the whole still.
Daniel.
I shot down Rex's original idea because it's highly flammable.
But it's amazing. It's an amazing idea.
And he wanted to put it right next to the still.
Just in the proximity.
The hottest piece of equipment in the entire distillery.
A medieval banner.
Creating alcohol fumes.
Long, skinny medieval banners with ornate writings of all the Royal Bastards who help on the still. I think that'd be amazing. We'll make it out of Fireman Union.
I agree. It would have been amazing if we weren't
amazing.
production.
It will be amazing when we find the fire retardant material.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Several other things, updates, right? We'll be watching your guys' questions as
guys, we've got so many bottles that are about to be released.
Yeah.
Everything came ready all at once. So Iron Root's about to come out, the second barrel. If you remember a long time ago when we were at Iron Root, you guys voted on 2 barrels of Iron Root whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
And we brought one back and released it.
Yep.
This is the second barrel you guys voted on we're releasing.
Yeah.
That'll come out soon. Then what's next? The Isla already sold out. But here's the thing. We immediately refilled that Isla barrel. So my guess is in the next 3 to 6 months, we'll release the second round of the Isla barrel release.
Mm-hmm.
And
if I just don't know it's there, it'll be fine.
We're going to make it available to all tiers at once, just for the people who missed out on the first round.
Yeah, because the Isla barrel, dude, you blinked. Yeah. You blinked and that thing poofed.
Yeah.
And we've said this before. It's not the smoky Isla. It's like a sherry cask Isla, but still, there's so much curiosity. People really want.
Brian Friend. Okay, yes.
People really want to get into that barrel. So the next time we release it, it's going to be all tiers simultaneously at the same time, giving you a heads up. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Tattoo's gone. It lasted about 24 hours.
Which I was robbed.
Yeah.
Because I was promised that's about 2 weeks. Apparently, he got in there with the Brillo pad.
Yeah, I did. Industrial. Yeah. Now here's the thing.
So we got to compensate for the shortfall.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
We got to compensate.
So
that was not a full shrift.
The Chiefs thing. The Chiefs thing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna from now on the drink stream after a dry week is gonna be open to everyone on the entire Patreon, not just Chiefs and Eps. And Gentry are invited.
This is a bad idea to explain. You have to have the visual aid.
You really do.
You have to have the visual aid.
So okay, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty good. We'll go through the details.
Such a tease.
With the visual aid. With the visual aid. All right.
Okay, so the other thing that we're releasing is the rye, the Bush rye. We just got the label approval on the Bush rye.
Yep.
So we're gonna bottle the 6-year-old Polish rye.
Yep.
And then we're also about ready to release the Scotch ale finished rye.
Right.
And then
this Jerkum.
Yeah, the Jerkum bourbon is already amazing.
Daniel's head over heels for this Jerkum.
I'm so into it.
He adores the Jerkum. I've tasted Jerkum. I think the Jerkum is perfectly nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing that's most impressive about the Jerkum is how much it changed and improved.
Mm-hmm.
I think where it's at now, it's not life-changing. It's just really nice. Whereas before, it's like, there's missing some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Missing some stuff. So
I love that.
Your head over heels. I'm firmly planted on my heels, but I'm a little woozy. Titillated.
A little titillated.
Titillated.
All right. Well, it's still sitting in the barrel, so it's still growing.
And then the Iron Root. That was so long ago. We actually
It was so long
There's
ago.
tasting notes for that barrel. We were at Iron Root. We let you guys vote on which of these barrels should we be getting.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's going to be coming. That's going to be amazing because the Jerkum Nutty.
Yeah. Patron's just on fire today. Alex England is here. Good to see you, man.
We got the Benjamin Eves. We got the Brad Leclerc.
Oh, I never shot the question and answer lids.
Oh, do that right now.
Okay.
Okay, a little behind the scenes for how we set up.
Yeah, all you guys are. Yeah.
As you do that, there will be another Bastards Bowl next year, and we're going to throw up a couple of date options so you guys can vote on the day that's going to be most convenient to you. And then I'm going to have the winners. So anybody that was here for the Bastards Ball said the best photo and the best video are going to be chosen, and those two winners are going to be getting a free bottle of Eleanor. I'm going to be putting up a Patreon post of those winners probably Monday, depending on how today goes.
Hey, I'm back.
So the Patreon thing is up?
Yep.
Okay, so the photo and video winners are going to be.
But you can ask your questions in here, too.
Yeah. Could we name the Jerkum finish Eleanor's happy ending?
It's the. Oh, that would have been. Don't give Rex ideas.
No,
That's just too good.
No,
Yeah.
hold on. Is the Eleanor story a happy ending? It's not a happy ending.
I mean, it is. It's beautiful. But happy, I don't know if it can be classified as happy.
Okay.
It's a beautiful ending.
All right. And then all these things. Making sure I'm getting all of the stuff I want to remember out of the way before we dive into the comments.
Oh, yeah. We told we're going to do it again next year, right?
Yeah.
Vote on the Bastards Ball next year.
And probably around the same time of year in the fall. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll vote on a fall time.
Not the summer.
Yeah.
In the fall. Okay. Oh, and by the way, as you know, I am now the Clown Chieftain. All hail the Clown Chieftain.
Yeah. Are you going to write a letter to the editor?
When would I have time to do that?
That'd be amazing. Can I write it and put your name to it? Because I so want to see you show up in next month's issue with an outraged letter about the Clown Chieftain.
You write it. I'll fix it. And then we'll send it to Texas Monthly.
That'd be amazing.
And see if we can get an official retraction. Look, I'm working my brains out, and Daniel sends me a Slack message. You should write a letter to Texas Monthly. It would be funny.
It would be hilarious.
You dick.
I'll write it.
You dick. All right. I'm the Clown Prince now.
Aloha from Hawaii. Aloha, Greg J.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had Hawaiians in here.
All right.
Well done. What island? Greg J.
Does that make Daniel the Whiskey Sage or the Whiskey Witch Doctor?
Oh, I'd rather be the Witch Doctor.
The Witch Doctor?
Yeah, that's so creepy.
It's a lot cooler than the Bookkeeper.
It is definitely cooler than the Bookkeeper. I'm okay with Sage, though.
We should do what's it called? Whenever people everybody signs their name to something to get a political thing done.
Yeah.
What's it called? Help me out.
I don't remember.
I'm so politically engaged.
Petition.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Craig.
We should petition.
So here's the thing. I forgot to order the whiskeys for the Advent. I'll do it. It's now November.
Did you?
We need to give everybody a month to buy the whiskeys and get their order.
Yes.
So yes, I'll do it November 1st. And a lot of apologies to John Vestrate because he's the one who got this whole thing rolling. And we got the order, or we got the list. I have a list.
Right.
I just don't have the order. So
I think I'm pretty tempted to make John the poll master.
The poll master.
The WhiskeyTribe poll master.
He's pretty good at it.
And if anyone can master a poll, it's John.
Yeah. Okay.
He doesn't get this.
No, I'm not. I'm just not following that one down.
He's not engaging.
I'm just not engaging.
Follow it all the way down.
Yeah. Okay.
Down.
I told the Witch Doctor, Daniel Brower, good reference. That's all. My favorite version of that I told of the Witch Doctor song is Alison Krauss and Robert Plant's album Raising Sand.
Steve A, can he get the list even if it's not in order?
Yeah, it's already the list is in the Whiskey Tribe.
Well,
in the Facebook group.
The Facebook, right?
Yeah, so just search. Oh shit! What would you search? Advent.
Advent. Yeah.
Search Advent, and there's a poll, and the top 4 are what we're going to use.
And was it? It was John that did that poll.
John did that poll.
John Verstrate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck spelling Verstrate.
Yeah. Nope, haven't tried the IPA finished Glenfiddich because I hate IPA, and I didn't like their last IPA finished one. Go to guitar amp, Benjamin Eves. It depends on the guitar I'm playing. This last recording, I played acoustic, so I didn't have an amp. But right now at my house, I've got an original Fender Vibro Lux.
Okay, so Freak Mac, the MBs who aren't on Facebook, whoever's in Facebook, whoever finds the advent calendar list,
Post it in Patreon.
Put it in Patreon, and then the Reddit if you can find your way to the Whiskey Tribe subreddit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. That's called delegating.
Yeah,
that's what we did.
Well done.
Delegating.
Well done.
It just happened. Not on Facebook, working on it. Yeah, we got you covered, Ben Stall. There, somebody's got you covered there, Ben Stall. All right, dance for me, pole master.
That's gonna have to be the line. Hey, John. Now you know how I feel when he's like, "Service me some."
Did you find the eagle? What happened to the fuck? Don't get me freaking started on the fuck. All right, here's the thing. This emaciated bullshit fox. Will this stay?
You got a fox?
Hold on, let's see. Hopefully the internet connection stays. Okay.
Oh, there he is.
Hey,
Hello. How's it going?
how's it going?
Joni
live
or
stream
Joe.
right now.
There we go.
This?
It's under Joni or Joe.
Oh, Johnny or Johnny?
Unacceptable. This fiddly little emaciated. So there's an Instagram account called the Magnificent Fox.
Wait, what the fuck is this?
It's bullshit's what it is. The
Where's the
Magnificent
eagle
Fox. And the theory, which I think is a very reasonable theory, is that it's freaking Brushwood because he was complaining so much about the eagle. He adamantly denies that he is the one behind this.
Here's the thing.
But he also does.
Fuck that shit.
But he
Puts
also.
a fox on my fucking door.
The working theory is freaking Brushwood.
Fuck. Oh, because his arm keeps getting jabbed
Well, yeah.
by the eagle.
So he adamantly denies this.
That's bullshit.
Right. And
It's
made in India.
he didn't even take the production sticker off the. So your eagle's gone, I guess.
Well,
all right.
so
Plot twist, it's Tommy.
So- Brushwood denies it, but he does have a channel called Scam Nation.
That's true.
He's a registered liar. So if he does have it, I think we could get it back. If he doesn't, then that'll be interesting. It's on the Instagram account, The Magnificent Fox, but it doesn't show the person.
Oh, it has an Instagram account?
Yeah. The Magnificent Fox, and it has
No way.
the eagle going on various...
How am I just now finding out about this storyline?
The eagle in various locations having a grand old time.
No way! I'm so in on this.
Right. So-
Magnificent Fox?
Yeah, Magnificent Fox theme as Magnificent Fox. Anyways, last Saturday I ordered a $40. This is from Breddington Frothy Slush.
Oh, I found it!
Ordered a $40 pour of Cavalan at a local whiskey bar. As soon as he dropped it down, he yelled, "Last call, total dick move. Hard to enjoy a rare occasion whiskey in 5 minutes." No kidding. So last calls aren't really like a, hurry up and get out. It's like the last chance to order.
Last chance to order.
You have a lot more bar experience than me.
Yeah.
What's like the coasting amount of time you get after last call?
30 minutes is minimum.
30 minutes?
Yeah, we always tell our bartenders 15 to 30 minutes before we officially close,
Right.
make last call, and then be willing to let things linger 15 minutes after we officially close.
So what happens third?
Well, that's, you get 30. So 15 before
I
we
need
officially close
45 minutes.
and 15
I
after.
need 45 minutes.
You wouldn't last in bars.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Officially, we use a 45
Send the
minute.
fox
No,
back,
I just-
Godfather style.
There's not much to take apart. I just
No, there's
made
really not.
I just made a 45-minute last call here official at Crowded Barrel.
Oh, Crown and Barrel.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought it was a keychain at first.
Oh, yeah. It does look more like a keychain than a doorknob.
Beautiful. All right.
Foxes are not known for their.
Okay, so is the peated pot still a thing that's going to happen? The peated pot still, remind me. There's a lot of things that are going to happen. Donald rants. Oh shit, the Magnificent Fox only follows 2 people, and I'm one of them. God
Brad LeClaire. I have a bad feeling about this.
damn it, Brad LeClaire. What do you know? The Clown Prince needs to avenge this. I just need a place to aim my vengeance. There's a wellspring of vengeance. There's an abundance of anger and violence. I just need a place to aim it. melt it down into
Into a whiskey biscuit. We have to buy a forge.
We got Royal Bastard money.
Yeah.
Let's just keep the small still. Buy a forge for a one-off. It's the Zerpoli. Did Zerpoli take this? When did this happen? No, she was gone.
Was she though? How long has it been gone?
It was like a week or two after. It's only been like that for about a week-ish. You don't know anything is going on. Dude.
Where was I when this happened? I was out of town in Nashville last week.
Oh yeah, you're.
So if it was last week, I was in Nashville. By the way, in Nashville, strangely enough, in Austin, I get recognized from the channel like once every 3 or 4 weeks. In Nashville, I was there for 3 days.
Right.
I was recognized over 20 times. Evidently, most of you are in Nashville.
Right, everybody lives in Nashville. Kilco snapped the top 25 bottles from the Advent poll, and he's going to post them where I can. But
Well done, Kilco.
I need tribe verification on the final selection.
Wait. No, we have the final selection. It's just whatever the voted top 25 was.
Yeah.
The thing we have to verify is the order we're going to do them in for the Advent.
Sure. So the straight up list that can be posted.
Yeah.
Is Zerpoli ever really gone?
No. Never from our hearts.
Just sometimes you get a flare up of Zerpoli.
Yeah.
Comes back with a vengeance.
Oh, can you buy our used still? No, we're going to keep using the old still, by the way. When we get Deb the new one,
right,
we're going to keep the old one and we're going to prioritize it for unaged spirits.
Zerpoli says
For fuck's sake. Yeah. We're going to repurpose the old still for clear spirits. Because we can turn those pretty fast. And we can end up with, in one run, we can end up with 3 or 4 gallons. And that can bottle pretty quickly.
That can help out with the gin stuff.
And the bunghole and all of that.
Oh, did we tell the game plan for bunghole whiskey?
No. We're going to keep it to corn whiskey for right now, right?
Oh, really? God, dude, keep going back and forth.
No, you're right.
You keep going back and forth.
I changed it again.
We'll have a conversation. We'll go through all the logical steps.
Yes,
and then it's like, this is what that sub-brand needs to be. And then we'll talk about it again, and then you'll totally change it.
It's because I can see the merits for both. And in my head, I'm having a hard time deciding.
Bunghole is the new make.
Just new make, period.
Label for
anything.
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's our new make label.
And I guess my only concern was if it's anything other than corn whiskey, we're going to have to reapply for a new label, even though it's the same thing. But we can figure that out.
We have to reapply every other day anyways.
Yeah, maybe we can get them to approve the bunghole as a whiskey instead of as a specific recipe.
Yeah, do that.
And then generically we can put anything in there.
Yeah, do that. And then as soon as we have production ramped up, being able to release. Hold on. Let me bring a thought to close. Before we dive in, bring a thought to close. Stop squirreling.
Sorry. Don't lose it. Go ahead.
The bunghole whiskey. We want to be able to get to the point of production where we can release a sample pack with some of the releases. Here's the finished whiskey. It's 2 years old, 3 years old, and you can get the new make version. You can get. We'll have packs for different proofs. Right, we'll have 40% budget proof. We'll have the taste proof. We'll have a cask strength proof, so you can see that whiskey at very exact proof, so you don't have to guess at home. Yeah. Also, the whiskey over time. Here's what the new make was like. Here's what it was like at 1 year.
Yeah, we just ordered 3,050 milliliter bottles.
Yeah,
and so we're gonna be able to do a whole bunch of sample comparison things.
Right.
Now, Eve said, "Hey, you should finish that bunghole in an island cask and call it Dirty Bunghole."
Really? Hold on. The specific jokes and pieces of humor of mine, they're kind of on the line. That it's funny. It's legitimately funny. This is small batch craft humor. Yeah. And I'm getting stone faced. I'm getting nothing because he doesn't want to drop down to that level of immaturity. It's like, okay, but it's inconsistent. Yeah. Because then you'll get something like Dirty Bunghole.
It's just every once in a while. And catch me off guard. Hey, I was in on the Jerkum. I was the one who started giggling about the Jerkum. And then said, we need to buy these barrels. And you said, what barrels? I told you. And you said, yes, you're right, we do.
Do we have... Really? I'm going to have to hide...
I can't say it out loud.
I'm going to have to hide the comments. Okay. An island cast and call it something. Yeah. All right. Let's be serious, people. This is serious business.
Yeah. Serious. Okay, you asked about the peated pot still in the Q&A.
Peated pot. Oh, on Friday, Daniel looked like he discovered the lost treasure at Sierra Madre. Peated pot still. Okay, asked about the peated pot.
Yeah, wait, ask that question again.
Ask it again.
Because I don't know what the question is.
Okay. Best
Donald,
idea.
and we'll skip it on the Q&A.
Okay, everybody's riffing on bunghole now.
Yeah, they are.
Yes, the clown chieftain tells you to be serious, Lance.
Yes.
Tim Shulapov, it has an Instagram account. Yeah, seriously, no shenanigans. Okay. What else? Oh, so we're working on updating the e-commerce store. Like us and Brad LeClaire. Brad, I'll be in contact again. We got to get
things.
We got to get the momentum back on that.
We're also looking at revamping and just mass ordering every single coin we've ever released. But we're trying to figure out money and
new supplier,
and still working on the new stuff too.
Well, and speaking of coins, right? Because the designs that we're doing for coins, they're usually in a design that we kick over to the people in Waco that'll do like T-shirt designs and mug designs and that kind of stuff. But a coin, that circular type of shape, there's a specific kind of designer mentality, aesthetic, and approach. So
it's not just anybody.
So we're looking at actual coin designers
that
design that kind of form factor as their job. So we get even cooler, more interesting coin designs. Maybe experimenting with some colors there, right? Maybe experimenting with some
options,
3D
relief.
Because the Glen coins, the Tribe Challenge coins, I like the hell out of those. And then also, since we're already in circle territory, looking at new interesting ways to design the coasters that get released on the Patreon there.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, two things. Quick, cold boozer. No, the coin on top of a Glencairn is not going to affect the aroma or the taste of whiskey. That's a sealed product. And Jeff Ellis, we mentioned Sheep Well Bourbon at the Bastards Ball. We haven't actually told the whole Patreon that yet. I forgot about that.
Okay. Oh.
And I'm going to say, Jeff, yes, 100% serious. 100% serious, are already pursuing the sourced things to make it happen.
So at the Bastards Ball, one of the things we talked about is we want Crown and Barrel to put together the #1 selling bottom shelf whiskey.
Well whiskey.
In Texas.
Right. Of actual Texas whiskey.
Right.
Which means it can't be us. We're going to have to source it because we're not up to production levels.
Right.
And I got Gulf Coast Distillery in Houston to sign off on being our primary source, and then we'll blend things into it.
So they're sending
for flavor.
They're sending us some samples of things that we'll give some tasting notes on,
and you guys will help choose.
Absolutely. And then whenever we can get our production capability upgraded, then we can start blending in not just Gulf Coast,
but also our stuff,
and then maybe one or two other Texas distilleries.
And the name is going to be Sloppy Poncho. Sloppy Poncho whiskey. The Sloppy Poncho.
Because Sloppy Poncho.
Yeah. Now, Brandon Lang, real quick, we finished the inventory of the vault.
Hold on. Before we move on.
Okay.
The reason why we're even
The
reason why we're even pursuing a bottom shelf whiskey that becomes the #1 selling thing. Stop looking. Just straight.
Now, Patron's just raging today. He's doing great.
Hold on. The reason why we're pursuing this is this is not going to be a moneymaker. This is going to be, making a little bit above cost. We want to get it out there in as many places as possible because the experience that Crowded Barrel will get releasing something at scale, that will be invaluable whenever we want to release actual things that we're super proud of, that we dial in every little grain.
Yeah, there's no real money in the bottom shelf whiskey.
There's not.
Unless you scale up to millions, but we can't do that.
But the most valuable thing is going to be the experience we get for Crowded Barrel. So whenever we have a bigger still and we have all these interesting sourcing relationships tied up and all these amazing barrels that we've experimented with, and we know what the really cool whiskey sources and experiments have turned into, then we can scale that thing up more effectively, and you guys will be able to hopefully someday eventually be able to walk into a liquor store and
get it. Now, here's the thing. The vault inventory is finished, but not the donated whiskeys.
Okay.
We finished it. We're going to post it to the internet so you can see what's in the vault, and you'll know what we have and don't have, but we have to add to it the donated whiskeys. Second, the bank vault hasn't been installed on the new vault. Right. It's down in the tower outside waiting to be installed. It is there. And then Nicholas Tracy, hang on a second.
So we have not looked into Amazon for global distribution like Bacona's. The first things first, we got to get a product that we can release at that scale, and then we'll start exploring those conversations. What is the number one well today in Texas?
Wait,
I don't know.
Nicholas.
Is there a number one well whiskey in Texas today?
It probably is by sales, but I don't know what it is. Nicholas, you're talking about this, right? With the slight cracked top that we glued back together.
Mhm.
Still have it. Still working on it.
Okay.
All right.
I still have a whiskey lost in the ether somewhere. Oh, what was that, Jeffrey Patron? It was.
Yeah, please let me know.
It was the Macallan Inn.
Jeffrey, email me what's missing.
Yeah.
I know we have it somewhere. Where's the Titan intro? Rex, said Brendan Kite, one of the Titans.
I liked you, Brendan. I liked you. You were on a short list of people. Like, man, he's a good dude. Good dude. And then that happened.
Craig F., we're going to age the sloppy poncho. We'll buy it from Houston, already a little bit aged, and then we'll be keeping it here in Austin until we're ready to bottle it.
Tighten me, damn it. Yeah. We'll
I liked you, too. Oh, Thomas Elmer showed up late. Did we mention the Royal Bastard? Yes. Go watch the video. The whole explanation is there.
Yep.
It's on the website. If you go to the website, crowdedbarrel.com, it's under Our Whiskeys, and then click Buy Deb a Still.
And then there's a Patreon post explaining all of the stuff revolving around the Royal Bastard and the number of bottles and the funding and the still and all that. Okay, so
What is this?
God, that Verzerpoli flare-up, man, just rages. It just rages. Comes at the most inopportune times. Crowdsourced variation on bunghole and calling it crowning barrel. Oh, Peter.
Are you sticking around a little bit? Oh, only a few more minutes. Oh, yeah. Won't be back.
Okay. Oh, God. Yeah, Peter did. He chased us both off camera with that one comment. It was a crowning achievement, Peter. That one comment. Damn you guys. Thank you, Kilco, for posting those 25 on Reddit. And Patreon, thank you, sir. Done. What does Barrel's House have to become a new? Okay, at what point does the Barrel House have to become a full new building? Is it next after the new still? So, after the new still is probably going to be a fermentation tank. The Barrel House, I think we do have a few options. There are some larger buildings around here where we figured out we can outsource some storage space for some of our barrels if we outgrow that barrel house. But right now, we're probably only using about, 1/6. How much of that barrel house are we using right now? 1/6 of the room we have if we just needed to go all in on the barrels.
Yeah, if we need to move everything else we're doing in there to somewhere else,
Right.
We're 1/6.
Okay, so we can increase.
That's really accurate, actually.
We can increase the.
It's impressive.
I'm a savant at guessing. We need to increase the pipeline to be filling those barrels before that becomes an issue. But yeah, it's talking about whether or not we need to upgrade barrel storage.
Oh yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. We do need to upgrade where everything. So here's our main problem. Ironically, it's not barrel storage. Our biggest storage problem is where to store all the bottles you guys have bought but not picked up because we can't ship or distribute.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
So there's a very real chance we're going to get some refrigerated storage here soon and move all purchased claimed bottles to offsite storage because legally we don't have to keep them on campus.
Well, but we do have a bit of storage. Deb, you can hang out and do whatever you need.
We can't do upstairs.
Oh, I don't like.
Wait. It's can you wait 25 minutes?
25 minutes.
Okay. You want to be on the live stream? You want to try? We're buying you a still, Deb.
Well, we'll see.
They're buying you a still, Deb.
Let's see how I tilt it down.
This is the Isla finish.
We're in the way because Deb's supposed to be
Working. Yeah.
Really working.
Yeah, we're stopping Deb from getting things done.
Okay, so going back to the questions,
Yeah,
are we
scroll
going to
down and
release?
get-
Are we going to release a post about the various whiskeys coming out? We
Yes.
should do that. We went
So
over
you
a
can-
bunch.
Well, just so that you can know what to expect.
Yeah, and every
That's a
time,
great idea.
and then before we release something, we always do some tasting notes about that whiskey.
Yeah.
So left forward, Daniel has been distracted by something. Yeah.
No, I went in to refill this whiskey so I could come back, and I discovered that there's a couple of magnificent bastards in there
Oh, nice.
who are leaving in 10 minutes.
Okay.
And so they weren't going to be around to say hi when we're done.
Okay.
So I said hi.
Deb is the real brains of Crowded Barrel. Deb the legend. Finally,
Mostly the brawn.
finally the most important person. I'll be there in November. Click my bottles right on. Greg, Jay.
Cold Boozer, it's crowdedbarrel.com. You doofus? It's crowdedbarrelwhiskey.com. Do we have a website?
Wait, but we do own Crowded Barrel.
Yeah, I think it forwards over to it. Hang on. I'm going to check that real quick. Making me nervous.
WhiskeyTribe. What changes to the list are being made due to?
Oh, no, we don't have. It's or the forwarding is broken.
Are there changes that are going to potentially be made? Like, look, the Advent is here's the ones that we are drinking. If,
We just don't know what order they're going to be in.
you know, if you want to replace something with your own, then you do that.
Yeah, and I'll have recommendations for like, oh, this one's going to be hard for you to get. So if you do replace it with X.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Lord. .net.jpg. Spam.
Then there's one of the still right on. Time for whiskey lovers to know she marches.
1,000 for the still.
Dude, those things are so expensive though.
Oh,
My
they're so expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, originally I was thinking like 10 to 20K before we got into this industry.
Right.
And then I started actually calling people and talking, and even like the mom and pop shop ones are like $35,000 for the size that we're looking for.
Yeah.
And that's before all the other plumbing and electricity and everything else that has to happen. And by the way, we're going to try to do as much copper as we possibly can, if not entirely copper.
Right.
Just, for reasons.
Let's see. Are you going to be bringing in the Debs to help set up the fermentation? Oh, Mr. Deb. They're talking about.
He's involved in every time we're fermenting things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Visiting mid-November. Any chance of Jerkin will be available by mid-November? Because you said it's delightful now.
I think it's. Yeah, I don't want to commit to that. I don't know. I don't know.
It's best to bottle when it's best to bottle.
Yeah.
Hopefully, for your sake.
Nathan decking it. We don't even know what still we're getting yet. We just know what size we're looking for.
We're going to be.
You guys are going to help.
Yeah, there's going to be at least 2 options, maybe 3 options that are going to be fitting the budget and the kind of whiskeys we need to be going through here as a distillery.
Jason, we are not doing Vendome.
You guys,
Hell no.
You guys are helping because the waiting list, right?
No, there's 2 things. There are 2 companies that you would be like, well, either Vendome or Forsyth, the Scottish company.
They're the 2 biggest, most
There's
legendary companies.
There's like a 2-year waiting list for both of those companies,
Yeah.
and the prices are astronomical. And our hope is that we can work with somebody that will understand what we're trying to do with you guys in the tribe, and that we can shoot with them. And the big brands don't give a fuck about us.
Right.
I would rather support somebody making a quality, smaller product.
Bees back.
Bees back. Still size is not going to be a tribe choice because we know the size we're working with here.
The size is going to be the biggest we could possibly fit in here because we know in this space, that's it. That's all we can cram into this space. So figuring out how to maximize the biggest still we can fit in here that is unelectric, filling as many barrels as possible, giving as many votes and whiskey options, and you're just making that whole whiskey quest experience happen as often as possible.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
Now, on the shape of the still, Benjamin, I want an onion shape. I want a classic pot still because if we're doing column stuff, I already know what I want to use for that. And so I want this to be the classic pot still.
Cut off the roof. Yeah.
Jimmy Jazz on an outgrown still. The problem, I love that idea. The problem with that is most distilleries outgrowing a still or using a kind of still we can't use because we can't do steam or direct heat, or we're going to do electric, right? So most people are not outgrowing electric stills.
Yeah, I mean, who knows how? Somebody asked a few weeks ago, what is the growth goal for Crowded Barrel? And there's not like an economic number. We don't fancy getting bought out by a giant corporation. It's growing
Growing the adventure.
That's
it.
And getting to the point where we can get whiskey in as many of the Magnificent Bastard's hands as possible.
Yeah, the number one thing that stresses the shit out of me
Right.
is how many people that we are not getting whiskey to. Who not like trying to convince people to buy,
Right.
but how many of you have been such a huge supporter
Yeah.
for a year and will not have a chance at trying anything that we're doing?
So
That's what bothers me.
getting it in the community's hands is the number one thing. And right alongside that is making sure this stays fun. We already, I've spent 20 years with a grown-up job. Not really keen on, boards of directors and meetings.
I was a musician for 20 years.
Sales departments. And,
So I've only done a grown-up job for 6 years.
yeah. So I'm more grown-up than you? Math checks out. Math. So says the accounting.
So which one's Laurel and which one's Hardy in this duo?
Circling back, making sure that it stays fun.
Yeah.
That's the reason why people got into this whole thing.
And then we got more adventurous.
behind the scenes and the designing of the whiskey and growing that to the extent that it can still be fun. There's been several opportunities where we could kick open the doors and grow the channel more quickly, grow the social groups more quickly, grow the Patreon more quickly.
Mm-hmm.
The Texas Monthly thing, that was not a PR thing that we had been pursuing, and finally we got it and people can hear about it.
Right.
There's a lot of things that people ask, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing that?
Well,
because we don't want to have people that aren't a good fit to find us and then make this. Yeah. So we're kind of not pumping the brakes, but we're letting off the accelerator and just letting it coast very often.
And now,
so it doesn't grow too quickly.
You guys are in on this, so I will tell you, we've had no shortage of people trying to get involved in Crowded Barrel with money.
Yeah.
We've said no to everyone except for a few things that we're working on because we don't want to lose what built this whole thing and the ability to interact with you guys and the ability for you guys to make all the decisions.
Yeah, like with this Royal Bastards and the still, look, we can make 2 phone calls and we could fund the fucking still.
Yeah.
But this whole scene, we want it to be ours still. We want it to be the thing, the big piece of equipment that we all got together and decided, yep, it's time to take it up a notch. We're going to go up to another level of productivity.
The day we make that phone call is the day you guys, your voice is diminished.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Yeah.
We can make it, but everything changes.
And again, that's the community, kind of the experiential goal, just to keep it fun and grow it to the extent that it's still fun and we're still selling some products and keeping it in the black. Beyond that, the big, ridiculous, insane goal is to someday, the series of things works out so well over such a long period of time that we can say, hey, fuckers, let's build a goddamn whiskey castle.
Yeah, that's when that shit goes down.
The Crowded Barrel can be the driving force behind the whiskey castle here in Central Texas, where Magnificent Bastards can come and sample all these different whiskeys that they help design, and hopefully there'll be, I don't know, castle, the size and the actual iteration, the manifestation of that thing. It could be a lot of different things, but I definitely want to see that happen. And I think with the way things are going, it could totally happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Thomas Elmer, more space for names in the vault. Not right now. I want to make sure that everybody who has already been involved, we got that finished and in prime placement. It's good to go.
With the moat and drawbridge,
yeah.
Depends on what kind of HOA is involved.
Yeah, yeah. You got weight bearing issues.
You got mosquitoes and shit.
Look, I'm willing to do a moat if we put real alligators in it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. In Texas, just let them cook out in the heat. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's no issues with that. Octomore 9.3, Breddington Frothing Slosh.
Yes.
You do have to say his name every time.
Breddington Frothing Slosh is such a great name. My name is
last 2
not
weekends,
fun.
great for a single glass, but tough to make a night of. Yeah. Yeah. If you're just going back to that constantly.
Yeah, you really got to start with it or finish with it.
Right.
But it's not the sipping.
It is an experience in and of itself. You don't need to draw that out. You can have, bookended with that thing. James Jacobs, he's got a Gator guy.
Oh,
yeah. Or
no,
maybe
I've got a
he
few.
is a Gator
Well,
guy.
I've got a few. I've got a few Gator guys in Louisiana that are family.
Mm-hmm. I just want to save the Superman tower and get the WhiskeyTribe tower. So Buffalo Trace says that the dents in their stills help make their
Oh, can I talk?
flavor.
Can I get really nerdy for a
So
second?
you're talking about the dents?
Yeah. You need to take a breath, maybe. This is gonna be so nerdy.
Daddington Woodingdale.
So one of the things that we teach in school is how much of whiskey history happened by discoveries of actual science, happened by accident, were continued through superstition, and then were proven by science.
Okay.
And one of those is that when a still in Scotland would replace an old still that had all these banged up dents and changes and shape things, they would take the new still. I feel like you're not even listening to me.
You told me to chill.
That's true, I did. They take the new still, and when they brought in the new still, they would bang it up to look identical to the old beat up still before they swapped them out. And then originally, because this went on 150 years ago, starting, it was sort of superstitious. We need our old still to look like the new still look like the old still. Science has proven now that that is exactly what they should have done, because it turns out when you are doing fractal distillation, which, chemicals come off at different temperatures and different, it turns out that when you're doing fractional distillation, that the shape of the container changes everything that comes off. All the chemical components that come off.
Oh, interesting.
The shape of the container changes everything.
Yeah.
And so when you've dented in a still, the shape of the body of the still absolutely affects the outcome of what's coming out.
Okay.
And so it turns out denting a still to make it look like the thing that was making good stuff was the right thing to do.
Okay.
Now, we don't have anything to measure against.
So
we're going to start with a new still.
What I heard was dent's good.
And no, James, you can't dent the new still.
I don't know, man. I think we could probably, that could be a demigod perk.
A demigod perk, you can dent the new still?
Yeah.
Just bang it.
I want the flavors from right there.
Brian, for any positions for Credit Barrel Ambassador, look, the day that we could actually distribute whiskey, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But not now.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to ambassador for.
No,
we can't even get the whiskey to anybody.
Yeah. No, we got a lot of plans for Crowded Barrel as a whiskey brand, and as a lot of other things around whiskey too. Right. But we're not going to put any kind of energy resource behind that until we can actually have stuff to put in people's hands. It's the reason why we don't go send people to the whiskey events. Yeah, because set up a table.
No. So like when they go to like whiskey, all of the Texas whiskey distilleries have tables at World of Whiskeys and things like that. We never do, because what we always say is like, look, the last thing I need to do is increase demand. I'm like, right now, horrible idea. So, and on what's funny is how many people approach us trying to market us. Mm-hmm. I get approached all the time. Got approached recently by a marketing company. Yeah. Ironically. Yeah. Who wanted to help us market our brand and our whiskeys and teach us how to market and present us to all of the. And they happen to be a Texas company, and they told me some of their ideas, and they were the stupidest ideas I'd ever heard. They wanted to teach us how to market things. The guys who run a marketing school.
You know what this was? This was a person who needed a job. They got hired in sales. They were handed a list of leads.
No, they had the company. This was the owner of the company. Oh. Yeah, it was not pretty. And what I told him was, look, dude, because I said, no, we don't want to work with you. And he was like, well, don't you want more customers? And my answer was, no, not right now. We can't even fulfill the people who are actually wanting things right now. So no, I don't want new customers.
An official Crowded Barrel mule to smuggle some up north for me. So here's the thing with the mules. We can never have any kind of official statement or position on the muling.
That's true. Can't publicly say anything about it.
And that's not a thing that can happen on official Whiskey Tribe social pages, like on the Facebook or the subreddit. So that muling scene, I mean, whatever happens with mules, that's outside of our purview. Yeah. It's neither here nor there.
The mule thing is sounds interesting. Yeah. If only I knew more about it.
I don't know anything about it.
Don't know anything about it.
And our admins don't know anything about
it. Totally don't.
So.
John said he was at a bar wearing a Credit Barrel shirt, and the bar owner thought he was a rep. Started asking him questions. That's awesome.
So first rule.
Hey, can I
first rule of Mule Club.
Yeah.
Don't talk about
Can I admit something? We're 50 minutes in. Only got 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
I kind of like this beard length.
Yeah, no, it's good. I knew that going in.
I kind of like the beard trim.
I knew that going in. It's like, you know what, Daniel just needs to freshen up a little bit. Just a revamp of the style.
I'm just saying.
You know what? You give me another couple of weeks, I'll put some color on you.
You can start dyeing streaks into it.
No, like, look, it was a little shocking is too strong of a word. I was set back just a little moment.
On how high I went on the cut?
No, because yesterday, for Halloween,
Oh, yeah.
you brought your wife and your kids to my house. We're going to Halloween around my neighborhood.
Right.
And he was wearing the Hobbit costume.
Right.
And there's color in this.
Right.
And it does not compute. I see.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There was no black in the whole costume.
No, there wasn't. There was.
No, it's browns, cream,
Yeah.
gray,
It wasn't.
green.
It was unfamiliar.
Yeah.
As
You didn't recognize me.
right, but I should have because you were in your official people's garb.
Yeah.
This is your tribal uniform. What did you pour me, by the way? At the very beginning.
Oh, that's the royal broccoli.
Oh.
That's the royal bastard.
Oh.
Rex is drinking the royal bastard right now.
Hold on, you're going to get me in trouble because this is such a rare whiskey.
I know.
Let me put it this way.
No, we had to pour it.
Right.
Because Em and I gave tasting notes for the page.
Okay. Let me put it this way.
This is that glass.
I so thoroughly I appreciate the frustration of it being hard
Yes.
to get your hands on bottles, and as a mooch, the sacrifice.
No,
I
he's
have
kept
made,
hands off.
the sacrifice. Let me put it this way: I have never once, and I know this is striking at the very core of my identity. I have never once taken any Crowded Barrel release home for myself.
That's true. Me either.
Because it's one more bottle that the MBs
Yes.
and the Patreon.
I don't think we've ever talked about that.
Yeah.
On a regular basis, when I have people over at my house, like, hey, can we try some of your whiskey?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I don't actually have any. The other day, I told somebody, they're like, oh, I finally got that Texas whiskey blend. I was like, I hope it's good because I held 2 bottles for myself.
Right.
Because I was like, look, this is for a personal thing.
Yeah.
I blended the first Texas whiskey blend.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. So I pulled 2 bottles for myself.
Right.
I gave them away. I literally don't even own a bottle of Texas whiskey blend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nicest whiskey I have in my house right now, the full Weddell, replenished my stocks of the cask strength red bread.
Oh, well done, Metal.
Cheers.
Yeah, he replaced for me the green spot, and he gave me a cask strength green spot.
Yep.
That was
Okay.
awesome.
All right. So what questions do
But yeah, we got 8 minutes left, guys.
And then is there a lunch? Are we doing a lunch?
I think they already went to lunch.
Let me see here.
How expensive are barrels? Dude, they're all over the map. So if we're buying an empty barrel, they range from 200 to 1,000 to actually I've seen some sherry cask and some Mizunaras go for like $4,000 for a barrel. So yeah, we're not buying those right now.
So the barrel finishing, obviously we need to have whiskey to put into the barrel. It really likes this. I think it's attracted.
None of the bees
to
are
the
all over the
sweetness.
bar too.
It's attracted to the sweetness.
Yeah.
What we need, I want to increase a lot of barrel, like finishing options. That's an easy thing. It makes a big difference
It
in
does.
whiskey, and it doesn't take a tremendous amount of time. What kind of finishing sources do we have tied up these days? Like, do we have?
We're pretty unlimited. There's
Okay.
3 companies that can provide us with finishing
So we got
barrels,
3 companies.
and they email me once a week telling me what they have.
Okay.
So we can do a lot of things.
So we just need to have whiskey that we think would go well, presenting
Yes.
as options for people to choose which whiskey goes into which barrel.
Have we ever thought? Unsworth asked about the Boosh. We're not sure yet, but probably in the next 2 weeks. Boozer said, "Have you ever thought about aging whiskey in different climates?" And the answer is no, because we're sourcing most things right now.
Right.
But I'll tell you who's doing that right now. Balcones.
Yeah.
They shipped a whole bunch of their single malt all over the world to see how different regions affect their Balcones single malt. And I think that's the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cooperage side hustle, man, that's a hustle.
That's hard work. That's not a hustle. You just like added a side gig as the most brutal manual labor you can come up with.
Yeah,
That's rough.
no, I didn't comment in the moment, but whenever we were doing a video, in the Jameson,
with
Jared Buckley,
Garrett Buckley.
and he had you stand up at that like the wood thing
Mhm.
with the blade on it, and he goes up there and he's got like he's got his back muscles just perfectly buttery smooth slides going up that thing.
Yeah.
Here, Daniel, you try.
We're like, oh, it's a chink, chink, chink. It's like, damn, this takes some effort. And he's got like 30 years on me.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that was a special moment. I could have ruined the moment.
You could have.
It's professional.
Yeah.
Professional. Because I knew I had the footage to bust your balls later. Okay, so we got no, last 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. We got what's the backstory to the name Sloppy Poncho?
Oh, so here's the thing. I'll tell you the backstory. This will be the only place we really tell the backstory.
The real backstory.
The real backstory.
We'll make up some.
Oh, we're gonna make an
bullshit
amazing
backstory.
story. Okay, so that's a good way to end this thing. We got 5 minutes
And
left.
people will know it's a fictional story. Come on.
Yeah. So we're sitting in what used to be my office and is the new vault.
Right.
The night on Friday night, the night before the Bastards Ball,
Mm-hmm.
and there's about 10 of us in there.
Right.
And it's all employees and staff, and we're sort of just like hibernating and drinking some cool whiskey. And Aaron Conzelman, who you guys will come to know here pretty soon,
Oh,
was
should we talk about
put
it?
on. Well, we're running out of time, but yeah, he put on this blanket that he then tied together around his waist with a rope, and he put it. Oh, there it is. Can you see that in the camera? Oh, it's great. And Rex said, "You know what? That's really just a sloppy poncho." And Aaron Conzelman ran with that idea, and by the end of his commentary, had us laying on the floor laughing. I'm trying to get breath. Tears are running down my face, and we decided sloppy poncho.
We said that would be an amazing band name. That would be an amazing whiskey
Oh,
name.
we're making it. And actually, two of the guys who were there were Robert and Jonathan Licorice from Iron Root.
Yeah.
And the next day, Jonathan texted, because the next day we announced we're going to do this sloppy poncho whiskey. And Jonathan came up to me. He was like, dude, when you said we've got a new plan for a whiskey, he went, holy fuck, no, they're not going to do that. And he says, can you call it sloppy poncho? And he's like, holy shit, they did it. I can't believe it. Some random idea in the middle of the night.
So if there's
And everyone's drinking, and it turned into a real business plan.
So if there's ever a whiskey that we do out of Credit Barrel that should be called the Sloppy Poncho,
Mhm.
it's going to be the cheapest well
The
whiskey.
budget shit. Yeah.
The cheapest thing that we could ever put in the bottom of a well. Sloppy freaking Poncho.
That's so good.
All right. Last questions, guys.
No, Jason Grezik, we're going to use the photo of Aaron posing with the poncho. We're going to use that as part of the graphic, but as an outline of him. So we're going to work it in.
Yeah, so story.
That's the backstory. We're already
Oh,
doing
so Lance says, funny story. My lady and Rex's lady were talking, and Christina yelled over at me, and apparently I even made the same faces as Rex. Trying to check her off.
Now, there were some moments we were hanging out over the Bastards Ball
Yeah.
week, and I looked over at Lance. I was like, damn, that's freakishly close to Rex.
Christina's better half, Lance,
Yeah.
apparently looks exactly like me, which is probably the source of a lot of her rage.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, guys. I think
We're crawling in on it.
we're crawling in on it. I think I'm very excited about the whiskeys that are coming out.
Me too.
One in particular, though, and this just because I will regularly have these conversations. I'll try something. It's like, this is phenomenal. This is one of the greatest things we've ever put into a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And every single time this has happened, it's been like, oh, it's such and such, and we can never do it again.
Yeah, it's amazing, and we'll never repeat it.
So the most recent one like that, it is the Scotch Ale
Rye.
Rye. The
Yeah.
rye went into the Scotch Ale barrel that Acapulco did.
Yes,
Phenomenal.
it's amazing.
You liked, what was it? The
The Isla Barrel's
You
my
liked the
current
Isla,
favorite.
you liked the Isla Barrel better. I like
Second, the Jerkum.
I like the Scotch Ale Rye.
Yeah.
Glorious.
No, it's
Absolutely
exciting.
glorious. All right, you bastards. Here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight, may you fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal a lover's heart.
And if you drink,
May you drink with us.